everyone, it's me back for a brand new video. Today, this week, I am joined by the #1 goalie coach in Scotland, Phillips. Did you always want to be a goalie?
Hi Ryan, thanks for asking me on for some big daft goalie chat. I hope you're well, I hope the family's well, and I hope all the rest of our family is keeping well, and hopefully see you soon. As for the question, Ryan, I was 50-50 on being a goalkeeper. As a youngster, you want to score goals, don't you? And be the hero as such. When you watch Match of the Day and stuff like that, you see the players celebrating. So in primary school, I started off as a striker, and I think any goalkeeper will tell you they are frustrated strikers and want to go up this park and score goals. So I started off as a striker in school, and then I done not too bad. It was just primary school, but I soon realised that it messed my hair up when I headed the ball, so I thought I better get in goals here. So I went back into goals, and at that time there was the kind of BB football, like Boys Brigade. It was quite big at that age group, and I started playing there. And then from then, I just developed into playing boys club stuff for there, and then progressed as a goalkeeper and never looked back as such, and never played outfield again. But it's quite good because I run a kids class as well up here in Renfrewshire, and it's quite good to see the kids coming in at an early age wanting to be goalkeepers. So it's good to develop them and see. But so that was that for there.
You've had a good career playing for good teams. Talk me through your career.
Right, my playing days. How long have you got? Well, obviously start off the boys clubs. You play. I know nowadays you've got the mini kickers and stuff, big boys starting out at 4 and 5 year old and stuff. You didn't have that back then when I played early on, so it was obviously boys club. You start from there, and I think it was under 10s, under 12s, so on and so forth, and you just move up the ladder, and then eventually got to like under 18, and then you start to get a bit of interest, and scouts come and watch your games and stuff, and they try and take you in. So at that age, I was in and out. I went to Kilmarnock and played a few games, like the BP Youth Cup at the time. I played in that. I was in the Albion Rovers as well, Hamilton, and you're just hoping to try and get a move out of it eventually. But then obviously you get your under 21s and you're still playing and still getting trials for senior teams, and you're hoping something will come off. But unfortunately, nothing ever come off for me. So I just went to the junior game for there, and at the time it was the Ayrshire Juniors before they amalgamated to make it the big kind of super leagues they've got now in the juniors. But they had 2 divisions in Ayrshire, and then obviously Division 1, Division 2, and I went to Kilburn Lade side, and I played there for a couple of seasons, and from there I moved on to Saltcoats. I played there, and then I went to Irvine Vicks, and then that's when I started to. It was a good team at Irvine Vicks. We won a few cups and we won the league and get promoted to the top division. But and that's when I started to maybe start to win things in the juniors. I remember a game we played against Irvine Meadow. That's the 2 kind of big teams in Irvine. The Meadow's always been the kind of bigger team. And I went and played it was a quarter final of the Ayrshire Cup we played. And we went to Meadow Park, and I remember it was 2 each, and I saved a penalty in the 90 minutes, and it went to penalty kicks at the end up, and I managed to save 3 in the shootout as well. So we progressed into the semi, and we beat Colwynnon at the time, and at that time it was the Colwynnon team, it was all conquering, and they won the Scottish Cup, and in fact Stevie Farrell played in that team as well. So we put them out in the semi-final, and then obviously we beat Kilburn in the final. So it was good to get, as I say, the kind of lower team in Irvine a wee cup success, and obviously we got promoted that season as well. So for there, I moved on to Kilwynnon the following season, and I actually hooked up with Faz, and we played together in that team, and we won a few, 2 leagues we won that time, and then we won a few cups as well. So the success was quite good, and you're getting a lot of recognition as well. And it was good to win the cups. And then from there I went to Troon, so it was always there. So I was involved in Troon's a good side as well. Played in the top division with Troon, and then from there, Auchinleck Talbot. I went to Auchinleck Talbot, and then I played there as well. Won a few cups with the Talbot, and then that time I was maybe 34, 35, and then I got a phone call for Robert Riley, who was the assistant manager at A United at the time. And he was just asking me what I was doing for the following season, and I actually thought it was like a wind up, you know, at that age, thinking, well, as my time in senior football passed me by, and I've got a wee chance at 34, 35 to step up. But I knew I was always going to get in as a number two, maybe, to the boy Mark McGowan, who used to play with Stranraer as well. So I went and I played at Ayr, obviously a few games here and there, and I played in the reserves as well. And then that was my first step into kind of coaching as well, and kind of taking some kids and enjoying it. So I thought, well, I thought I was going to move on to coaching anyway. So as that season progressed, we played in the Scottish Cup against Inverness, and we went up to Inverness and drew 1 each. Then we come back down to Somerset and played the replay. So Sky Sports took the game, and I was on the bench that day to start, well, that night to start with, and I think it was about 28 minutes gone, 30 minutes gone, Mark got sent off, and then I was thrust into the limelight on Sky Sports. So at 35-year-old, you're never too old to make your debut, you know, at that age, and then you come on in Sky Telly. We ended up getting beat 2-0, but the experience was quite good, and I knew I was going to Ayr for anyway, and I just enjoyed the experience. And at that time I was looking to wind my career down, playing days anyway, maybe step into a kind of player coach role or whatever. So I finished up there, and then I went back into the juniors, and I came back into play at Renfrew. Just I started to play local, and then from there I went to Neilston juniors. I done a wee kind of coaching role up there, and then they asked me to be the manager. I'm thinking, geez, a manager, I've never done this in my life, you know, and I was just thinking about it, because I've always just done coaching. I wanted to coach, I didn't want to be a manager, but a boy Kenny Gillis and myself kind of stepped in and took the role, and you wouldn't believe the work that's involved. You would not believe the work's involved in a manager, and I just couldn't cope with it, to be honest with you, and I stepped back out it and took some time out of the game, and then I come back in again in a coaching capacity again. So I've just been a goalie coach ever since, and I think that's the way it'll stay.
You're now the longest serving at Stranraer, being there for 6 years. What is your highlights?
Yep, 6th season it will be this year at the club, Ryan, so looking forward to more good memories which I've had, obviously, in the times I've been there. Games, first season, we nearly won the league against Morton. Morton beat us in the 2 points, but a lot of big games that year as well. Went a good unbeaten run at Stair Park, if I remember. It was 18, 19, 20 games at Stair Park. It took us up, and we kind of dominated the league from December, if I remember rightly so, and then it was a kind of ding-dong back and forward up to the last couple of games of the season. And obviously, but no, memories for there. Should we have won the league that year? I think we should have, but such is life, and we move on. And obviously, they did move on, with Ginge and Faz moving on to Dumbarton, and a wee changing players as well, and bringing in Big Brian Reid. Big Brian done not too bad as well, and we got to a playoff final. And I remember with the Celtic game as well in between that and the Scottish Cup. So a lot of good things to think back on at that time. And then obviously the playoffs, Livingston, and then the A United game. But the Livy game stands out for me because the 2 games, it was a right roller coaster ding dong battle, the 2 of them. The first game, unassailable lead, I was thinking, then we went to Livy and they come back at us. But no, it was good to be involved in the games. Then the Ayr games, the first game at Stair Park, it was a nervy affair. The final, the playoff final was always nervy. They don't want to make mistakes and stuff, and a couple of chances here and there. And then obviously the second leg, if you remember back, Jammer missed a chance at the end, but listen, it's football and it goes to penalty kicks and it's a lottery. So I'm thinking, right, here we go, this could be a chance here. I go into the championship and Tesson's up there. But my God, I think that's the most deflated I've been in football that day with the penalty kicks. But listen, all credit to Greg Fleming, who had to make the saves, and it's a nervy affair sometimes, so such is life. But no, it's good times at the club, and I'm looking forward to a lot more.
We have been blessed from many good goalkeepers throughout the time, like Mitch, Cammy and Max. Surely most of the credit goes to you.
Yeah, I've had some decent goalkeepers at the club over the years. Obviously my first season coming in, I had Mitch and Fahy. Fahy moved on and brought in the boy Daniel Tobin, so it was just the two of them training away, and obviously that season kind of brought Mitch into the limelight a wee bit, and he was getting some recognition for clubs coming and watching him, and Dundee took him into the Premiership after that season, which was quite good to see. So I had a wee kind of transition trying to bring in somebody else, so we brought in Max, only 18 at the time and really good prospect, you know, and I got him in a couple of sessions and we signed him. I'm thinking, right, this kid's got something about him, great hands, great feet, you know, obviously need to tweak him here and there to try, and he was only 18 at the time, so obviously you're looking to kick on. But at that time when Big Brian Reid came in, we had to, well, he thought we had to bring in a number one because Max wasn't ready, obviously, just a kid coming in learning his trade. So we brought Conor Brennan in on loan for Kilmarnock, and obviously Conor didn't last long, but listen, Conor was not too bad, you know, he done not too bad, but obviously Brian moved him back on to Kilmarnock, and then we brought in Davy McGurn on loan, and Max was still learning, and then that's when the kind of decision came, and we drew Celtic in the Cup when Davy McGurn got injured. We're thinking, no, do we need to bring in an experienced like loan player or whatever to play in the Cup? And I just said to Big Brian, I said, listen, I says, we need to play Max. I says, just go for it. I said, at that time, he was doing well with reserves, training great. And I'm thinking, right, well, to save bringing MD in, just play the kid. And we kind of hummed and hawed, and he was thinking, I'll bring it. I said, listen, don't. I said, just play him. So ended up we played Max in the Celtic game. And obviously got man of the match, and you're thinking, right, here we go, we've got right find our hands here. But it never worked out for Max after that, you know, and to me he still wasn't ready, because I think we played Peterhead, I think they beat us 4-0 next game at Stair Park, and it was time to kind of maybe think that we'll bring in an experienced boy and then let Max just go back in and see what it's all about for there. So we brought in Cammy Belford, and Cammy stayed for a good season and a half after that, and Cammy was a right good goalkeeper, great to work with, a great character. And Max and him going well, Max could have spat a dummy, he could have spat a dummy, you know, thinking, well, I'd had a chance against Celtic and how no just play me. But I think it was the right decision to bring somebody experienced back in again, and then let Max kind of keep on looking and learning. And obviously he did offer Cammy, and Cammy was great for the club as well, a great character and the fans' favourite. And obviously for there, Max come back in. So for there, Max has done really well. You know, he kicked on a good 18 months after that, and obviously he's going to move on for next season, and I wish him all the best. But for there, it's and obviously big Dale Burgess came in last year, and I thought Dale, you know, thinking to myself, if Max moved on, Dale might get a wee chance as well, because Dale showed up not too bad in the games he played as well. But obviously Dale's decided to move on and play games elsewhere next year at Beath, and quite rightly so. If he wants to go and play games, good on him, but I thought he might get a wee chance with us if he stuck at it. But apart from that, listen, you talk about me, is it up to me and is it down to me and stuff? All I do, Ryan, is put the sessions on, and I make sure the boys enjoy it, and I hope they do enjoy it, and obviously I get some no bad feedback after lads anyway, so it's just all game related stuff I do, and I don't make it too complicated. So as long as the guys enjoy it, get their training done for the 2 nights I've got them, and get them ready for the Saturday, that's all that matters. And and I hope to kick on the goalkeepers coming in this season as well.
There will be some big changes at Starport this season, with Max and Dale leaving, but we welcome Jamie and Greg. Are you excited for this season?
Yeah, we're looking forward to the season starting back up eventually, and hopefully not too soon. We've got a date seemingly for October the 17th, so hopefully we'll get back at it. It leaves a kind of sour note in the way the season ended, but that is what it is. We just need to deal with it and move on. And obviously we need to bring 2 goalkeepers into the club now with Max and Dale moving on. And we've decided to bring in Greg Fleming, experienced goalkeeper. A few Stranraer fans might remember him for the playoff final, but don't be too hard on him because he's a good guy and a good goalkeeper. He'll do well for the club, hopefully anyway. And young Jamie Walker. Young Jamie's going to come in from Kilmarnock, 18-year-old kid. The same mould, hopefully, as we moulded Max into what he's become. And I just look forward to working with these 2 guys in the forthcoming season, and hopefully we can kick on. But I say, Greg, once when Max was going to move on, I had Greg in the back of my mind, because I knew he was at Peterhead. He wasn't very happy there, and he wanted a wee move, and sometimes a wee move is the best for you, and you can kick on again. So I think Greg's got 34, 35, so still a good few years left in him yet, and I'll get him in, and we'll train away with him and Jamie, and then we'll kick on that goalkeeping department, and it's a good start to the new campaign, hopefully.
You've got a good relationship with B. Holt gloves. David Mitchell still wears them. Are they any good?
Yeah, it's great to have B. Holt on board. Boy Kevin McLeod that supplies us and owns the company, done very well with us over the years. How we came about was when Mitch, the first season at the club, my first season as well, we ran out of gloves. The boy John Connolly and the boy Ali McGee was making gloves for us, a company called Pure GK. They ran out, and we're looking for suppliers to supply us gloves. So we just messaged a few companies here and there, been cheeky trying to chance our luck and get a couple of pair of gloves. And then obviously B. Holt get back to us, boy Kevin get back, supplied a couple of pair for Mitch, supplied a couple of pair for me as well, and then from there on we've just kicked on, and he supplied us ever since. So it's been good. Oh listen, no, in fact, David Mitchell, once he went to Dundee, thought he was big time, he went to Ulsport. There you go, big name, big company. So, sorry Mitch, had to put that back in. But remember, Mitch is back there now, so we can't say too much about that. But it's good to have Kevin on board supplying the gloves, because you're paying a lot of money for goalkeeper gloves nowadays. And at least myself doing my coaching, I don't really need that many pair nowadays. But when you play, you get through a good, I would say, 8-9 pair a season. So if you add that up, you're paying a good maybe £50-60 per glove plus. You know, it adds up over the year, and this, if this guy supplying us, all well and good, and I hope to continue with him in the forthcoming seasons ahead.
What's the best game you've been involved in?
Best games been involved in? Well, the games that spring to mind always refer to penalties. So obviously I talked about the Irvine Vicks Irvine Meadow game where it went to penalties, 2 each, I saved 1 in 90, then saved 3 in the shootout to progress in the cup. That always sticks in the mind. Just penalty kicks the lottery. So there's no surefire way. There's sometimes you can tell what way players are going to go, and sometimes they can fox you. But luckily I've done no too bad over my career. Then I went to Cullinan, and we played in the Ayrshire Cup final as well. We played against Largs, and we were 1-0 down, you know, for most of the game. And it was one of the days we just couldn't score. We had chances, and their goalkeeper had a few good saves, and I'm thinking, oh no, here we go, we can't win this game. At that time we're doing well, you know, we're winning a few cups at that time as well, so we're flying, you know. And then up pops Stevie Farrell, would you believe it? Up pops Stevie to curl one into the top corner for about 18 yards to make it 1 each in the last minute of the game. So obviously it panned out, it went to penalty kicks again, and luckily I saved 3 that day as well, and we went to win the cup. So just games like that, it makes yourself a kind of a hero when you're saving penalty kicks and stuff. But to save 3 in shootouts is something to behold. You know, it's quite good. You expect to save 1 or 2 maybe, but saving 3, you're thinking, right, I could be my day here. And obviously the players have got to go and score theirs to go and win the cup. But the ones with penalty kicks always stand out for me.
Did you always want to be a coach?
Yeah, I wanted to stay in the game in some capacity, so the coaching was a natural progression to move on. I love it. You know, I say I've got kids' classes as well up here, and then obviously I do what I do with Stranraer as well. And I just love the whole aspect of goalkeeping. And it's good to see getting guys in there talking to the kids. Good to see them progressing as they come in at an early age and you start to make saves and you move on from there. But like I said, when you start to take, like I said, the Stranraer boys, you know, you can see them when you do your drills and you can progress your drills and make it a bit harder for them, then you see them getting challenged as well. So no, it's good, and it's a natural progression for MD that wants to get into the coaching side of the game. Listen, some guys don't want to do it, some guys do, but I just seen a chance of staying in the game because you do miss the banter of the dressing room once you stop playing, but it keeps you involved. Not as much with the banter, but you get a good bit of banter sometimes at the training ground, especially if I join in the training games at the end and the boys can slag me. Since I'm now, well, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but I can still, sometimes I can still make the save, sometimes I can't, but no, it's good and I'm enjoying it, and I hope to keep doing it for a few years yet.
As mentioned, you've been on the sidelines for Steirport for many years. What will be your best 1 to 11 players?
Okay, 1 to 11 then, from my time at the club. Before I go on, I'm not going to name any goalkeepers because I'm not starting World War III between the goalies. And my phone will be red hot saying this and saying that, so no goalies, okay? Right back, Scott Robertson. Big Robbo's done really well. For the times at the club, obviously been away and he's come back again, but Big Robbo's always Mr. Dependable at right back. I like him to get something down the park as well. Left back, I'll go for Jackson Longridge. Wee Jacko was there obviously my first season at the club, and Jacko kicked on again to get a couple of moves, and I liked Wee Jacko as a left back. As I say, he got up and down the park as well, linked in the midfield, and obviously it was good to see him progressing. My 2 centre halves, I would put Big Morgan Neil in there. Big Morgie just done what he said in the tin, just went and won his headers, won the tackles. Could play a wee bit as well, but not too much, right enough to want to burn the boy up too much. And then beside Big Morgie, I'll put Franco, but not for his footballing ability. Franco will be there just for the team photo alone, since he's the housewife's favourite. Sorry, Franco. And then midfield, we've got Willie Gibson. Willie speaks for himself. When he played with the club, Willie pulled out so many holes with his goals, and he was good to have about as well. He's a good boy, he's a good player. Bit of a moaning boy, but I liked Willie. His free kicks were something special. I would go for middle of the park, Kyle Turner and Tiff, Chris Aitken. Kyle, he kicked on so much with us and he got his move eventually as well, but I liked Kyle. He was always direct, he was always heading towards the opposition goal, never looking back, driving forward. Tiff is the same. Obviously I've not got a holding midfielder in this team, but it's all gung-ho with me. I don't think about defending. And then young Ali McCann. Ali McCann, obviously great reviews. He's got with St Johnstone now. When he came with us, you could see the boy was going to kick on. Done very well for us as well, and I wish that boy all the best in his career too. And my front two would be Jamie Longworth and Craig Malcolm. Goals speak for themselves, don't they? They had a great partnership. That first season I was there, it almost brought us the success we so much wanted. But no, that's my 1 to 11 minus the goalkeepers.
I'll make you the number 1 then, Eric. Have you any funny football stories?
Oh, there's been a few over the years, let me tell you. A few I can't talk about either. Ryan, you'll realise when you get older, in a football dressing room. A lot of things go on, and a lot of things happen away with football teams and trips away and stuff like that, but there's been a few, especially keeping your phone on as well and getting daft texts and daft phone calls for guys pretending to be who they're not and stuff, and that takes you back to a story when I come on against Inverness in the Sky game, and the Sun were doing an A to Z at the time, and I got absolutely stitched up a belter by one of my teammates kidding on to be a reporter for the Sun. So things like that, and I'm just answering all the questions and stuff, so be aware, phone calls and texts, people who kid on they're not and who they are. But I remember I won as well, my first season with Daniel Tobin as a backup goalkeeper, and we were coming back from an away game, or maybe a home game, I'm not too sure, but coming back in the bus for the game anyway. And as you know, in the coaches, the toilets in the middle, and you go down about 4 stairs into the lower level to get to the toilet in the bus. And for some reason, Dan thought he was Tarzan, and he thought he would swing for the parcel shelf or just above the toilet where you put your bags at the top. So the corner of my eye, I can see Dan to looking. The next thing I see him swinging for the parcel shelf. The next thing, the parcel shelf just completely collapsed, and Dan collapsed in a heap just in beside the toilet door. And just let's say Stuart Marshall, the bus driver, wasn't too pleased, but it gave the boys a hell of a laugh anyway. So apart from that wee man, I can't get into too much with the funny stories because it's family viewing time and we can't go there. But listen, thanks a lot wee man for having me on. I've been watching your videos, and it's great to see what you're doing and promoting the club the way you're doing, and I'd like to wish you all the best. Cheers.
Thanks, Eric, for this week's interview. I really appreciate all the time you've put into this. I hope to see you at the airport soon and hope you're keeping well. And these seagulls, everyone, is doing my nut in. So everybody, remember to like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell so we'll see you in our brand new video. Peace. See you next one. Goodbye.